All right, what's up, everyone? Thought I'd jump in for a little bit of commentary for this B-side platinum singles match. LUIZ Alvarado, JOJO PATOC. We just saw LUIZ come off of a nice close win in the last match. Justin and Shu Cheng were commentating, so I thought I'd jump in for this one. I've got a couple hours here at the airport in Orlando before I head back home to Washington, so thought I'd keep you guys company. Good break from LUIZ. Looking like a good opportunity to start off with a safety here, I think. Getting the cue ball hugged up to that 8 ball. Well, we went for it. Got the 8. That was an aggressive move to start the rack. I think he had some options for safe there, but sometimes it pays to start the match aggressively, get out early. Shape on the 2 ball is not automatic. He's got to get into kind of a scratch risk area. All right, this is going to work almost. I think the 4 blocked the path of the 2. Looks like safety coming. I think what he's potentially looking at is bringing that cue ball around. Unless he's going to carry him off the 2 and pocket the 4. Tried to, I think. He took another swing, and he almost got lucky with the 6 ball there. So LUIZ taking a couple of swings early to go aggressively, try to get out early, and ends up turning over the table. A very manageable combination for JoJo. Okay, that was a really rough miss right there. He knows it. Wants to come out early and get the first win. He was in position right there on the 4 ball to get out of this rack, but ends up leaving it absolutely perfect for LUIZ. Couldn't have asked for a better gift. When the table gets turned over, usually you don't end up with anything this good. And I see what you guys were saying in the chat earlier on the last match about how LUIZ seems to aim high and then hits lower. That is interesting because it wasn't looking like he was going to hit that withdraw. I think he just wanted to stop it or stun it back a little bit. Oh, and he knows it too. He got the elbow moving there, extra body movement that he didn't want. The nerves caught him right there and iced him on the 4 ball. So a couple early match jitters from both players. And I'm sure that both of these guys are going to get settled in after the first rack or two, and we're going to see a pretty good battle here. But some early mistakes, JoJo trying to capitalize on. What's up, T. Hearns? And just waiting for the traffic to clear on the next table over for the simple 9 to get started with a 1-0 lead and the break. All right. In Western BCA rules, you're racking for your opponent. So LUIZ racking for JoJo. Template rack is allowed. That makes the wing ball much easier to pocket. Look for the 6 to go in the bottom left corner, and let's see how he can control the cue ball. Six goes directly into the corner. 1 goes in the side. 2 ball is a little funny. The angle on the 2 now is at that perfect spot to where it's a scratch, kind of no matter where you go with it. Really unfortunate for JoJo. If that 2 rolls a little bit further or less, he's got a very easy start. Depending on the table conditions, I think you might be able to draw away from the scratch, put it in the corner. But I might be looking for a safety. It's just kind of difficult the way everything is laid out. This is a really tough opener. Yeah, he's trying for the safety. Does he get far enough? He might have blocked LUIZ from pocketing the 2. However, the safety for LUIZ is going to be a little bit easier. I think if he can't see enough to pocket it with the cut shot, I think the idea is that he's going to send the 2 ball into this path down here and hold the cue ball in that area. Yeah, just like that. Look at that cue ball too. Beautiful safety from LUIZ right there. That's how you get it done with the safety play. He covered up. He got both. He got the 2 ball down in to the right area, and he didn't tie anything up. So if he comes back with ball in hand, he's in pretty good shape. unless something moves. There's no jump shot available here for JoJo. There's not many kicking lanes that are available, I think, and it's not going to be easy, but I think that's your only way out, is to go one rail at the two ball there. He's looking at going two rails into, but that's such a thin piece off the second rail. You don't have the full two ball. You only have half of the two ball, if that. So I just don't see that as being, it's a much bigger target to hit going one rail. I mean, I do get the value, and I think your chances of making the two are greater this way, going one rail at it. So he's looking at two rails to try to catch a piece of the two ball. Really tough spot. What a hit. What an incredible hit. That was a very difficult. He only had half of that ball available to him. That was money. And he hit it at a good speed too, to where it came back up and got blocked. All right, so JoJo's going to get rewarded a little bit here, but not fully. I don't think he's out of the woods just yet. Is he going aggressive and cutting him the two? I think so. He's got it. Nice job just focusing. That was a great job just focusing on making the ball, knowing that you're going to have the three ball position pretty automatic. But 3 to the 4 now is going to take some work. I wonder if he's going to try to get through that gap between the 8 and 9. It's pretty tight, or try to run into the 8 somehow. That might be a possibility as well. He did get through the gap. He didn't bump the 8. I think a bump on the 8 right there would have really helped him, but this works out. He got a good enough nudge on the 4 ball. But now he's got to get back down to the 5. So difficult shot after difficult shot. They're not getting easier. These are hard to judge when you're kind of that close to the ball. He's asking if he wants somebody to watch him. Okay, so the referee's going to watch. Making sure that he doesn't double hit the 4. Oh, a miscue, kind of a stab stroke. I get it, because you don't want a double hit when you're trying to bring that cue ball right back through the path again with some pace. So you have to kind of pop it and get your cue away. And that led to that error. Let's see what LUIZ wants to do here. If he's going to use draw or follow, I think either one is available. He's going to draw straight back down the rail. Pretty good. I was a little worried about the scratch for a second. Looks pretty straight on the 5 ball. If he's got a little angle, he can bring the cue ball out. But if you don't, you just take your medicine and you just take a longer 7. Make sure that you're putting it away. He might have a little bit of angle. Friendly bump on the 9. That was a good stroke right there. Followed through. He committed 100% to the shot. We saw some of the nerves come out at this stage of the last rack, where he had missed a pretty straightforward shot, and hopefully he gets that out of his mind and bears down on these final balls, tie up the score. This was a difficult rack. Oh boy, he's come too far, and now he's got to play it in the side. Not the end of the world, but not where you want to be necessarily. He could go side or corner for the 9, but you'd like to have a much easier closing shot for the rack. Whew, okay. He stabs it in there and ties the score. So that was a good safety battle. We saw a lot of good defenses and great safety by LUIZ early in that rack to win that battle. Comes away with the rack. All right, so LUIZ after the break, no real look at the 1. He's got a kick at it. Doesn't look like he's calling push out. He's going aggressive. He's got the hit. Where's that cue ball going to finish? Right inside the pocket. Okay. Looks like I had my mute button on. Sorry. I was drawing on the screen. You guys weren't hearing me. So he's going 2 rails. He doesn't have the 1 rail to it. This is a very difficult hit, but good shot and good control, but we might see another safety from JoJo here. He might lock him up to the 9. He's got some options. Nope, he had the ball. Okay, good opportunity to get out now. The 3's a hanger as long as you're not blocked by the 7. So you got to look at that line. You don't want to be coming right into that line where the 7 is. You got to give it some little extra, maybe some spin. You want to get around the 4 ball, though. It is concerning that line does look like it takes you with top inside. There you go. You got around it. Got to look at the 3. That was a smart play by JoJo. He got around and saw exactly where he needed to be with the cue ball to be free from having the 7 as a blocker. And he intentionally got it there. So watch out, 5 ball. He's going to be okay. Interesting. Interesting that he would use draw there. I was thinking top to just come back and forth to play the 3 in the corner, or the 5 in the corner. He tried to draw, stun it off the rail and back, which meant he had to hit it a lot harder to get it to do that. So what seemingly looked like a pretty simple out has gotten a little bit tougher for JoJo. And he's missed it. And LUIZ very happy to be back at the table. With a good opportunity. So the 5 cuts to the pocket. You do have to watch the side pocket for the scratch here. We see those scratch a lot because you're trying to get to position on the 6, most likely for the 6 in the side. I would say your position window is, ideally. Actually, I would probably put that position window anywhere in here. Anywhere in here, you're pretty good. Or you can go further and run into the 6 and set up perfect. You could do that too. What do I know? LUIZ is a much better player than I am. He's going to draw. Draw for position on the 9. Watch out. Side pocket. He's on the rail with a tough 9 ball. Okay. I think that's a couple of times that I've seen so far from LUIZ where the draw just didn't take. He wasn't hitting low enough on it. I know he aims higher than what he actually strokes through the ball at, but I've seen a couple of those where he just needed to get real low on it. And it might have been that the scratch was kind of in his mind there. Because if you don't put enough draw on it, you could scratch. No problem. Gets it done. That's a pressure 9 ball right there with the cue on the rail. Cuts it right in. Taking the lead.
The spooky season approaches, and if you pick your poison at Chinook Wins, you could win up to $5,000. Collect points to play our kiosk game on Wednesdays and enter to win in our cash drawings on Sundays. Chinook Wins, where it's better at the beach.
It is better at the beach. I am joining you guys from a different beach. I'm over in Florida this week. Heading back, but miss seeing all you guys. It's the first Lincoln City event that I've missed in over 3 years, I think. What's up, Tony Sandoval? How you doing, man? See, we've got about a handful of people watching, 25, 24 live viewers. It's pretty good action, platinum singles. I think this is a 7th, 8th, or 9th through 12th, something like that in the round. So still quite a few more rounds to go on the B side before getting to that coveted finals match that everybody wants to get to. It's not easy. You got to battle a lot of good players to get there. Great break from JoJo. The one, though, however, I really like how he hit that with a lot of control. It was definitely a soft break, but there's no rule against that in BCA CSI rules 9 ball. There's no 3-point rule or anything like that where you have to hit at a certain speed or anything. You just template rack, get that wing ball in, float your cue ball back to try to get it around center table, and hope you get a good look at the 1. But this is tough. I think he might decide to play a safety, try to tuck the cue ball under the 3. I think that's available to him. The 1 is going to get out in the open down there, so you do have to make sure that you tuck that cue ball into the 3. Otherwise, you will sell out a shot. He's going to go the other way. Yeah, I think he's going to move the 1 ball over towards the 3 and send the cue ball down to the bottom left corner area. But I don't know. Okay. Got to watch the scratch here too, I think. Looks a little bit close. No, he's good. He judged it well. Got coverage behind the 9. LUIZ probably going to break out the jump cue here, if he hasn't already brought it to the table with him. I don't think he has. I mean, a successful jump and contact a lot of good things can happen. The kick is there, I mean, but I don't see anything good happening after the contact. Okay, yeah. And he broke it out, gives up ball in hand. Yeah, I wonder why he wasn't willing to take on the jump and try to make something happen, because the jump shot could have potentially moved the 1 down table, and you might get lucky and stick the cue ball, or you might pocket a ball and get an opportunity or something like that. Felt like your chance for getting lucky was greater on the jump than it was on the kick. But it was very close to a good hit. All right, roadmap, a little bit of a roadmap here for JoJo. He's got the 2, 3, 4, and then the 7, 8, 9. The 7 does play by the 8 to the top left corner, so this rack, it looks like he's eyeing up that he wants to play the 7 in the side. Nothing wrong with that. If you feel like that's just easier to get position on from the 4. But you have to make that decision when you're shooting a 3 to decide where you want to be on that 4 ball. So it looks like he does like the 7 in the side, at least now. 7 in the corner now, I would assume. Even though he's looking at the side again, I think he's so straight on this 4 ball, just a draw shot back to play the 7 in the top left corner. But I think he's committing to that side pocket. I just don't like particularly side pockets. They can get a little funny. If you happen to rub the point with the ball, it's a smaller target, but he should be okay here. All right, straight on the 8 ball. You'd like to have a little angle, but it's close enough to the pocket where he can manufacture the angle and move the cue ball where he wants. That was a good stun shot. He got absolutely ball in hand shape for the 9. All right, JoJo for the tie. Sorry, I'm just seeing the chat now. Yeah, Tony, or Travis, I'm in Florida expanding EvoSports to the venues up and down the Florida coast. I've in the last 7 days, I think I visited like 12 pool halls and made a lot of contacts down here and hung out with a lot of cool people. It's a great pool scene. Florida is amazing. There's just seems like if you drive 2 hours in any direction, you can hit 12 pool halls that are all just loaded with 7 and 9 foot diamonds, and really good scene down here. And it looks like we got a player break. I'll be back as well. All right, we're back in action. LUIZ to break. And what's he got on the one ball? Not much. The combo is not there. The safety is, it's delicate. It's a touchy safe. Thinning the right side of the one ball as he's looking at it. And just kind of maybe clip bumping off a little bit of the 2 and try to get the cue ball behind the 7. It's touchy. If you wanted to go gung-ho crazy, you could try to carry him off the 1 and pocket the 9 and hope something happens, but that's just a little too crazy for me. I'll try to do something a little more crafty here. But the safety is touchy if you're playing that safe, because you're going to be moving some balls. The 1's not going to move a whole lot if you're hitting it thin and soft. Let's see what he's got. He might be going for the 9 here. He is going for the 9. He took a swing at the fence. And this is LUIZ's style. I think he likes to take chances and early offensive chances. I've seen it in a few of his games. And, he's still in this tournament. So sometimes those offensive risks, they pay off. But the thing about a risk is sometimes they don't. And this one did not pay off at all for LUIZ. It's a pretty open opportunity for JoJo. So JoJo looking very much in control and taking his time to make sure he doesn't make any dumb mistakes, because the only way that you get in trouble is when you're not really paying attention to something, or you just take it for granted that it's a little too easy and something happens. I'm not sure what happened there, but I know that's a shot that he's not normally going to miss. Really disappointed. I could tell with his body language that he was very disappointed in that. And but you know, the fortunate thing for him here is he didn't leave anything simple on the 3-ball. As open as this table is, I don't think he's got a direct shot on the 3. I think LUIZ has to either combo this or find a safety or something. I don't think the 3 goes to the side past the 6. Is he looking at 3-9 combo? Interesting. You might be able to draw this cue ball back to where the 5 is a blocker and the 3 is down table, so you can work a safety out of it maybe. But he's going all in for the shot, and he drills it. Sometimes the risks pay off. It's all about risk versus reward, and that was a risk that created a reward for LUIZ. 3 goes to the side past the 6. Is he looking at 3-9 combo? Interesting. You might be able to draw this cue ball back to where the 5 is a blocker and the 3 is down table, so you can work a safety out of it maybe. But he's going all in for the shot, and he drills it. Sometimes the risks pay off. Trying out this new replay feature. I like it. New feature of EvoSports. Commentators can now save clips and replays. Big thank you to Colin Sue, who's been working hard on the development side of things. And good break from JoJo. Let's see if he can come back from that mistake in the previous rack. This is going to be tough because your shape on the 2 is there, but I think you're just going to have to slow roll this 1 in and bump the 3 gently and just leave yourself a longer 2. I can't tell if that's the 3 or the 5, and I apologize, but I think it's actually the 5. I don't think he's hitting this hard. I think this is just a delicate shot. Take the longer 2-ball. Oh, he is hitting it hard, and he was able to go around and get a much easier 2-ball. I wasn't sure that he was able to avoid that 5-ball. So I think, and I could be wrong, I'm commentating from my laptop. I think that ball is the 3-ball, is what my guess is. And that this one up here is the 5. And that pen color is hard to see. And I think I was right. And I think that JoJo did not want to touch that 3-ball on the way back out to rail position. So what do we have now? Safety. Yep. In it and come up under. And hopefully live to fight another day. We'll see, because there might be the potential for this kick. Come up above with some spin. Kicking into this 3-ball. I'm not sure if that's going to have a chance to make the 9 or not. All right. A little bit of a tester here with the 3-ball. It's got to avoid the scratch. Yeah, that was a lot to ask for because the scratch was really close to the line. So, yeah. Well, let's see what he's left for LUIZ. There might be a back cut opportunity, and if you can, if the angle's not too sharp for that back cut to the side, I kind of like the travel of the cue ball in this way. I think it's got a good chance to get around the 9. But he might have it to the corner as well without the scratch, and that's an easier path. Yes, that's an easier path to the 4-ball. And he's got safe. So this is too far for a jump. You're either going to see a masse or you're going to see a kick. Depending on how the player feels. I kind of don't mind the masse here. Depending on how comfortable you are with how the table is playing and how much it's going to swerve. But right away, JoJo is looking at the kick for his first option. Just coming into it from that direction. Doesn't seem likely that you're going to get much of a great look on the 4. Unless you go rail first into it. What a beautiful shot right there. Great shot from JoJo. He's just got to keep it going. He wants a nice little angle on the 6 so that he can get over for an easy 7-ball. This is the shot that's the most important. This is the position that's the most important. I like it. Oh, is that the 7? Okay, so that's the 8. I was thinking that was the 6. So we've got 7, 8, 9 on the table. Good stroke, good control. JoJo looks like he's getting settled in. He babies that one in and barely drops it in the pocket. So the slow roller almost doesn't go. Oh, and he uses the entire pocket for that 9-ball too. It's making me sweat. So I think there's a little bit of tension there, a little bit of pressure, but gets it done. Just coming into it from that direction. Doesn't seem likely that you're going to get much of a great look on the 4. Unless you go rail first into it. What a beautiful shot right there. That was the shot. JoJo getting it done with the 2-rail kick on the 3. Perfect speed to get great shape on the 4 and runs it out from there. Scratch on the break from LUIZ and a wide open table, and just like that, JoJo has a chance to take the lead in the match and would have the break. But I got to take about 5 minutes. Speaking of break, I will be right back. All right, I am back. Don't know what I missed, but looks like JoJo still at the table. Nice stroke. And he ends up with a pretty decent angle, I think. Maybe wanted a little bit more angle to make this a little easier, but because it looks like the 9 is in the path to draw back off that rail. And if you come into the 9, you could get funny on the 8. But he should be able to stun back, I should say. Does he get far enough? Maybe. Okay. He hit that at a good speed, knowing that he's going to come into the 9 to get that 9 hard enough to go off the rail and back to perfect shape. Great shot from JoJo. This is a tough match. Blow for blow, both of these guys. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to the next round. So I'll take a look at the bracket, and let's see, platinum. This is platinum singles. B side. Yeah, these guys. The winner of this is going to face Paul Cuero. And the winner of that match will face Aaron Probst. So there's still several rounds to go on the B side. They are in the money, but nobody wants to make it this far to get 9th through 12th or anything like that. Both of these players are good enough to compete in this field and take it all the way. Just one at a time. Good break from JoJo. He's got that soft break down pretty good, controlling the cue ball. That's almost the exact spot that the cue ball ended up after his last break. So it couldn't be dressed up any better for the 1. The 2 is the challenge. I would call the ref to move the rack before taking the 2 ball, because I think he wants to take the 2 ball from that angle. Basically, I think he's looking at taking this angle on the 2. And I just don't like the rack being there. Me personally, it's kind of a distraction. I don't think it's going to really change the trajectory of the ball or anything, but that's what the refs are, one of the things they're there for, and they're happy to do it. So he is going for that angle. He got really good with this. Just some outside, spin 2 rails around. He's going to be coming right in line for the 3 ball, but he has missed the 2. And what's he going to leave? The good news is you can get the rack off the table now because the 8 ball moved, got nudged, and then it rolled off the rack. I saw it move towards the 2 a little bit more, which I don't know if that really impacted anything, but this is an ugly spot for LUIZ. I think the only part of the 2 that you can see, it looks like it sends the cue ball right to that corner pocket. If you can see enough of it to maybe get some draw to bite, he might be able to play that 2 off the 9 into the bottom right corner. It's just a really tough spot. It's the only way to really play a safety is to hit it soft, and if you hit it soft, you can't really, I don't think that you can avoid the scratch very easily. Let's see. He's at the table. He knows more than I do about what's available. Yep. He was able to put a stroke on it to avoid the scratch. Try to take a swing at the 9 or something happening with the 2 ball, but no luck. No luck except for, I guess, where the 2 ball ended up is kind of in a weird spot. Looks scratchy. Yeah, it was very scratchy. Okay, I don't know if he's got the coverage. He might have left the ball and the shot. It looks kind of close. Maybe JoJo has to use a little masse to get it to swerve over a little bit. We'll find out. Going for the kick. Okay, LUIZ with the opportunity in this rack. These are difficult shots to judge because you are back cutting this to the corner and you're going to come off of that. Looks like you're going to clip off that ball there. Maybe not. Perfect shot. Good stroke. So you got the 5, 7, 8, 9 left. It's easy to come a little too far, and I feel like that's the side that you don't want to be on of the 7. Getting it on the other side of the 7, you're in a much better spot. But he's going to draw to the side rail and back, I would assume. Yes. Great stroke there from LUIZ. I've seen him take that shot and that stroke a lot, and I think that's a shot he's very comfortable with. Back cutting the ball to the corner with draw. Bringing the cue ball out. And LUIZ picks up the spare from the error on JoJo. And LUIZ is going to get the next break. Tie score. And I got about one more rack to commentate, and then I'm going to have to say goodbye to you guys. I got a flight to catch. This is a good way for me to pass time while I'm waiting. All right, looks like we might have a short player break here.
Tonight's action is powered by partners who elevate every rack. EvoSports International, building leagues, events, and fair play worldwide. Savage Billiard Apparel, performance jerseys that feel pro and look lethal. J Flowers, precision-crafted cues delivering a smooth stroke and fierce results. Diamond Billiard Tables, the tour standard for roll-true lightning-fast play. Braitley's Billiard Glasses, see the line, trust the aim, finish strong. Chemly Chalk, long-lasting grip for maximum spin and total control. Joe's Glass, clarity and service that keep your world in focus. Wolfpack Sports, gear, grit, and a team that runs together.
Hey, Craig, I see your question in the chat. What place is this for? So this is a 9th through 12th place B-side match. The loser gets 9th through 12th, and a payout of $245. And the winner moves on to face Paul Cuero. As I'm scrolling through the bracket. You're welcome. And you can get all of the bracket information through the Bad Boys bracketing system. It is called Bracket Beast. I believe it's bracketbeast.com. Good, powerful break from LUIZ. Ends up pocketing the 1, the 2, and the 7. So he's made 3 on the break. He's got a good look at the 3 ball. The 4 is the only real challenge to figure out. He's got this overrun. I know where he wanted to be, but he's going to have to settle for this combo now. I think you go aggressive here. I don't think any safety is going to be that great of an idea. I think you have to give this your best effort and put that 8 ball in the hole. It should lay up nicely for you to have the 4 ball afterwards. But any combo is a missable combo, but nicely done from LUIZ. He's got kind of straight on the 4, so he's not out of the woods just yet. He's got to put a stroke on this to get something decent on the 5, unless he wants to take the long 5 ball. That's the stroke you needed right there, LUIZ. That's how you get it done. You tie the score, you break like a monster, and you run out the rack. In a tight match, that's what you need to do to get the momentum going. So here we go. He's drawing off the rail. He likes that shot to draw that cue ball off the rail. I can tell that's his comfort zone. But he's going to have to do it again, I think, here. I think if you go forward, it's too risky to maybe run into the 9. I don't like that at all. I think he's going to draw it again. He's comfortable with that stroke. As long as you don't draw it into the side pocket, you're going to be fine here. Anywhere mid-table that you end up with the cue ball, and you're great on the 9. Just don't scratch. Well done. Well done. Great shot from LUIZ. So whatever he did on that player break that we just had, it seemed to work. I don't know who called the break, but whatever happened in that 5 minutes seemed to work well for LUIZ. Coming out strong. Break and run for LUIZ ALVARADO to take the lead 5-4. And now JoJo going to try to repay the favor. Hey, Shu Chang. You're welcome to join me if you'd like. I got another I don't know, maybe about another 10 or 15 minutes that I'm going to commentate, and then I got to go into the airport, turn in my rental car, go into the airport, check in for my flight, and come back home. But you're welcome to join me in the commentary booth. Or the studio, as we like to call it on EvoSports. There's that soft break, again, from JoJo. Didn't control the cue ball as well as he had in his previous 2 breaks. That one, you saw the cue ball drift off to the left. And I think that was just more about the aim and the stroke. But previously, he was doing a great job of just slowly coming off the rack and getting the cue ball kind of in this circle here, and the 1 ball kind of nearby that area as well. So he did. He's definitely a soft breaker. So a push out. Interesting place to push to. Because he is giving up the shot. I don't think LUIZ is going to take this or give this back. But it might be pretty smart of JoJo here, because the leave for the 2 can get funny. I might kick and stick, honestly, even though I can see the pocketing the ball. The kick and stick might be a decent move, and I think that's what he was trying for there. Does he get the love? He gets a lot of love, actually, out of that. He has given up just an edge of that 1 ball to JoJo, and that could produce a good return safe. But I think a good choice from LUIZ to not go aggressive there and to play the defensive kick shot, sending the 1 down into that traffic. Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful touch. All right, so good safety. It does give up the 1 railer, so contact should be pretty automatic for LUIZ. It's just a matter of, what do you want to do here? Do you want to come full into that 1 and kill the cue ball right there on the rail and bounce the 1 out? Or do you want to try to pocket the 1? This is going to work out great. He actually went 2 rails into the 1, and that was a beautiful shot. Whether it was intentional or not, it worked out great. LUIZ, I'm saving that replay. So disheartening when you play a good safe and somebody kicks out of it and sticks you even worse than what you got them. And psychological warfare. All right, 1 rail kick at the 1 is on. Is he going to pocket the 7? He is. Great shot there from JoJo. The kick combo, 1-7, and the 1 dresses up fantastic. That is highlight reel worthy. Oh, Shu Chang, you can commentate from a bus. I mean, why not? I mean, Zach commentated a match from a cruise ship, so we haven't had anybody on a bus yet. Yeah, you liked that kick and stick as well, Shu Cheng. Yeah. It was a great shot from LUIZ, and then an even better shot from JoJo with the kick combo. And I could tell that he was intending to make that shot exactly as it went because of the speed that he hit it. It wasn't safety speed where you're trying to get separation. It was, I want to make the shot and set up on the one speed. Okay. He's going to be okay here. That could have gotten dicey with the 8-ball, but it came out really nice. He's on the perfect side of the 3 to just float up for the 4 in the other side pocket. 8-9, and you're done. And this is another tie match. Yeah, you just want to ideally float up for stop shot position on the 4, but anywhere close to that, like you've got a pretty good window here, to get that cue ball anywhere in there, and you're going to be just fine for closing out the rack. Well, he kind of went to outside my circle a little bit, but I think it's still fine. He's got to take the corner, I think. You don't want to mess with trying to get the cue ball around the 9, having something funny happen. The 9 ball's too big for position line. I think I just take this in the corner and stun off the side rail and right back to mid-table, and you're out. Just like that. Yep, and this will be my last rack to commentate for you guys. My battery is getting low, and I'm not plugged in because I'm actually in my car. So, oh, he goes inside. Wow. I was expecting him to come up on the other side of that 9 ball, but this worked out great. JoJo to tie it up. To tie it up to get his run started in that inning, check out this replay. All right, one rail kick at the 1 is on. Is he going to pocket the 7? He is. Great shot there from JoJo. The kick combo, 1-7, and the 1 dresses up fantastic. Great shot from JoJo. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to this, and now I'm going to take you back to the funky blues EvoSports music because I got a flight to catch. I'll see y'all later. Have a great night.
Let me see here. I don't believe I'm utilizing the headset. 1 second. Yeah, especially since it's connected to my phone. There you go. Connect. I believe you guys can hear me. Tuning into the very end of the match between JoJo and LUIZ. These guys are both very familiar with each other. They play each other on a regular basis at the 8-9 billiards tournament out in Aloha, Oregon, probably on pretty much weekly. If you're not familiar with either player, both are amazing characters, great sportsmanship, quality guys, quality players. LUIZ is a little bit higher rated, but with the discrepancy in between them, it's really anyone's game, especially with JoJo being up 6-5 now. Let's see what Fargo has to say. Fargo, JoJo is a 560. LUIZ, I believe he's a bit higher. LUIZ is a 588. So if we go to the odds and we go 588, 560, 1, raised to 2 for him. Calculate. Currently, JoJo has a 70% chance of winning this match, is what Fargo would say. So yeah, we got JoJo up to break. Ooh. I got a very unlucky roll there, and cue ball got kicked down table. Looked like it might hang up in that corner pocket, but with the speed that it went down there, it just wobbled in. And LUIZ has an excellent opportunity here with ball in hand and the 1 hanging in the pocket. 2 is pretty readily available. As long as he doesn't overrun the position, he should be in good shape here. It's always hard with a ball that is in the pocket like that to determine exactly how long, how fast the cue ball is going to run on you. And at this point in the match, though, they've had a lot of opportunity to dial in the speed of the table. So he did really well there. Excuse me. Especially considering that the 4 ball was, it was a pretty easy ball to get shaped for, considering that it's kind of out in the open and closer to the pocket. So same thing with the 6 ball. Not a whole lot of work to do there. Really, the transition from the 7 to the 8 seems to be the trickiest part of this whole thing, and it's probably pretty easy to check up right here and get pretty good shape going into that side pocket. He's gonna go. Okay. I thought he would keep it a little bit more natural. It looks like he's gotten a little bit flat here. He's probably going to have to just roll forward and take his medicine on the longer 8-ball shot. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to figure out how to get pretty straight on that shot so that he could just kind of play a stop shot for the 9-ball. I like his odds here. It looks like we're going to hill. I don't mean to commentate or curse anybody, but I do know my boy LUIZ. He's got a nice Nice stroke to his game. This is at Chinook Winds in beautiful Lincoln City, Oregon. Right there on the coast. Their slogan is, "It's better at the beach," and I would have to agree. I did it, guys. I got him with the commentator curse. I jinxed him. When will I learn my lesson? You can't take outs for granted. You can't count your chickens before they're hatched. All right, he's left JOJO with a pretty challenging shot, though. I mean, even at the 560 level, to close out the match, it's a pretty decent task. Fortunately for him, if he pockets the ball, cue ball should run down table and he should have a decent shot on the 9. He ginned it. How'd he hit that one? A little bit of extra juice, but that's okay. He still has a shot. It's not the shot he wanted, but he still has a shot. Also has perhaps a safety option as well, but with the difficulty of potential safety option, I believe he's just going to fire at the ball. Maybe play kind of like a two-way type situation where you might, put a little bit of lower on the ball just to increase the distance between the two if you miss. But really, I like to just focus on the pot on this shot, as I don't want my opponent having another opportunity at the table. So have an opportunity to close out, just give it 1,000%. I hit that one nice, good. All right, JoJo takes this one 7-5. Both of these guys